Record-shattering victory. Two-time Olympic champion Allman clinches gold in women's discus at World Athletics Championships. The stadium in Tokyo was alive with electricity, the kind of energy that makes the air itself feel heavy with anticipation. Fans from around the globe filled the stands, their flags waving like restless seas of color, each one representing the pride of nations and the dreams of athletes who had given everything for this moment. And at the heart of it all stood one woman, Valarie Allman, the two-time Olympic champion, stepping into the ring once again, ready to etch a name into history. For Allman, this was not just another competition. It was a culmination, an answer to the questions whispered in training halls and shouted by critics. Could she maintain her dominance after Tokyo? Could she continue to stretch the limits of human performance in the discus? The answer, as the world would soon learn, was not only yes, but watch me. The road to glory. Allman's journey to the World Athletics Championships was a tapestry woven with triumphs, setbacks, sweat, and unshakable willpower. Born with a natural grace and explosive athleticism, she had been destined to find her place among the greats. Yet destiny alone does not forge champions, discipline does. The discus is often misunderstood as an event of sheer power, but insiders know it requires a symphony of movement, balance, rhythm, speed, and timing. For Allman, these elements had become second nature, honed through years of repetition. Thousands of throws in empty fields, mornings spent under cold steel gym equipment, evenings replaying footage of her form. It was all preparation for moments like these. Her Olympic triumphs had already made her a global icon, but with that came pressure. Expectations weigh heavier than medals sometimes. Every competition brought whispers of challenges, young talents emerging from Europe, seasoned veterans eyeing one last shot at glory. Yet Allman never seemed to flinch. She carried herself with a calmness that belied the storm within. The championship arena. The women's discus final at the World Championships was set against the neon glow of Tokyo's modern architecture. A chorus of cheers rose as each athlete was introduced. Cameras zoomed in, capturing every flicker of determination etched on faces. But when Valarie Allman's name was announced, the roar was deafening. She strode into the circle with the composure of someone who had been here before. She was no longer just competing for a medal. She was competing for immortality. Her competitors were formidable, European record holders, national champions, rising stars hungry to dethrone the queen. Each took their turn, their disc slicing through the air, distances flashing on the scoreboard. 64 meters, 65, a massive 67. The competition was fierce, tighter than many expected. But then it was Allman's turn. The throw that changed everything. The discus rested in her hand like an old friend. Smooth, cool, familiar. She inhaled deeply, blocking out the noise, the pressure, even time itself. The stadium fell into a hush, the kind of silence that makes you hold your breath without realizing it. Her foot slid across the circle, spinning with practiced precision. Her arms extended wide, body coiled with potential energy like a spring waiting to be released. And then, release. The discus flew from her fingertips with a velocity that seemed almost unreal. It cut through the night air like a blazing comet. The crowd gasped as the disc soared farther and farther, beyond the markers of her rivals, beyond even the predictions of commentators. When it landed, the scoreboard lit up with the numbers, 70.92 meters. A new championship record. A throw that shattered expectations. A throw that silenced doubts. The stadium erupted. Fans leapt to their feet, flags waving wildly, voices merging into one deafening roar. Even her competitors clapped in respect, acknowledging the mastery they had just witnessed. The emotions of a champion. Allman raised her hands to her face, overcome with emotion. Tears welled in her eyes, not of surprise, but of relief, of triumph, of knowing that years of relentless work had culminated in this exact moment. She was not just a winner. She was a record breaker, a history maker, a standard-bearer for what was possible in her sport. Her coaches, who had watched her grind day after day, embraced her with the kind of joy only earned through sacrifice. Cameras captured the moment, and across the globe, young athletes watched with wide eyes, whispering to themselves, one day, that could be me. A legacy secured. Winning gold is remarkable. Winning twice is legendary. But dominating across Olympics and World Championships cements a legacy few can match. Allman had not only defended her status as the best in the world, she had elevated the standard. Her name now stood among the giants of track and field, discus throwers who had redefined the boundaries of human potential. Yet what made Allman's victory even more profound was the way she inspired beyond the field. She became a beacon for young women in sports, proving that strength and grace were not opposites but allies. She became a role model for persistence, showing that success is never handed but carved out of countless hours of effort. She became a symbol of American excellence on the world stage, carrying not just a medal but the hopes of a nation. Voices from the field. After her throw, reporters swarmed to gather reactions. Her competitors praised her without hesitation. "She's phenomenal," said one rival. "When she steps into that ring, you know you're watching greatness unfold." Her coach added, "Valarie has always believed in going beyond limits. This is just who she is, someone who doesn't stop at good enough." Allman herself, still holding back tears, spoke humbly. "I wanted to honor the work I've put in, the sacrifices my family and team have made, and to show that with belief and discipline, anything is possible. Tonight wasn't just about me. It was about everyone who's been part of this journey." The broader impact. Beyond the stadium lights and medal ceremonies, Allman's victory rippled outward. Young athletes picked up discus for the first time, inspired by her performance. Social media lit up with highlights of her throw, with fans around the globe celebrating the artistry of a sport often overshadowed by sprints and jumps. Her record-breaking moment brought renewed attention to the discus, reminding the world that greatness exists in every corner of athletics, not just in the fastest race or the longest jump, but in the perfect flight of a disc through the night sky. Looking ahead. For Allman, the journey is far from over. Champions are never satisfied, and records are made to be broken, even her own. Already, whispers of the next Olympics, the next World Championships, circulate in the athletic community. Will she continue to dominate? Will new challengers rise to meet her? But for now, none of that matters. What matters is that on this night, in this stadium, she reigned supreme. What matters is that the world bore witness to a moment that will be replayed, retold, and remembered for decades to come. The poetry of the discus. There is something almost mythical about the discus throw. It connects us to the very origins of athletics in ancient Greece, where athletes hurled discs under the same sky, chasing glory and immortality. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.